Colonials start the game with the basketball. Up high, Ozzy-Momodu goes far boundary, pulls up, long two, nets in good. The Colonials strike early.
And that's a good sign when the guards start making their jump shots early. Ozzy-Momodu just around a screen by Pluvios and was able to knock down the mid-ranger.
Up high, Blue Devils with the basketball.
We'll see if some defensive rebounding can turn into offense here for the Colonials.
Another empty possession for Robert Morris leads to an offensive opportunity for Central Connecticut.
More and more things on the basketball court. Early on, she was basically in there for rebounding and to add a little bit of depth at the forward position. Now she's starting to get into the flow of the offense and starting to score a little bit.
Jump shot by Patterson gives Central Connecticut a 6-2 lead on Robert Morris.
Because she was on the floor so much.
Inside it goes, up and in goes via Artiguez, and Charlie Biscaglia wants to take a timeout as the Blue Devils go on a 5-0 run to surge ahead, 11-5 on RMU.
Yeah, this is the opposite of starting fast if you're a fan of the
6-point lead for Central Connecticut. Augustin finds an extra gear, scoop to the hoop, up and in, and the RMU deficit down to 4 again. Turnover by the Blue Devils as they tried to work it quick in transition. Forker couldn't go a 4. Off to Augustin. Penetrates, pauses at the NEC logo. Carrasco goes baseline now. Feeds it off. Ozzy tries 2 defenders, but goes up and over both of them, and it's a 2-point game.
I like that penetration all through that possession. Villaflor, then Castillo, then Augustin, and finally Carrasco able to make something work down low by dumping it to Ozzy.
Posset changed that one just enough to force the miss. Stepping into a 3, Ozzy-Momodu cans her second basket of the game, and it's a 2-point affair on a 5-0 run by Robert Morris.
Excellent job running the floor.
Got away from her, and then got fouled in the process. Posset steps behind a screen, cans the 3, and the Colonials cut the deficit to 1.
Nice shot by Bella Posset. You know, she had a tough game also on Saturday. 5 turnovers from her, very uncharacteristic. She does usually a pretty good job of taking.
Ozzy-Momodu trailing, gets past Posset, kicks it back. Ozzy-Momodu goes baseline. Teardrops a shot around the defender, and the Colonials take their first 3-point lead of the game.
And the Colonials are starting to find a little bit of an advantage with the speed of their guards penetrating.
And it's timeout time right behind Ozzy, who has 5 in total. 3-point shot, Pluvios, no good. Rebound to Ozzy-Momodu, goes up strong and lays it back in.
Good second chance points, good start to the second half for Robert Morris, and it's good to see Ozzy-Momodu get on the board after a rough first half where she was on the bench for most of that with 2 fouls.
Knocked away by Bella Posset. Posset lays it up, lays it in, the takeaway and the points. Good start for the third quarter for the Colonials, surging ahead by a half dozen.
Great start.
7.
Great start. Bella Posset was very sneaky on that steal.
Three-point shot, in and out, no good. Rebound, though, for Ozzy-Momodu. Power dribble, up and over Berube, and it's timeout time for Beryl Piper as the Colonials claim a 9-point advantage.
Well, just like you would want to draw it up in the halftime locker room.
On her. Penetration and a pause and a steal. The takeaway by Pluvios. Nice ball movement as Ozzy-Momodu finds Ozzy-Momodu, who lays it up and in, and the Colonials take a 13-point lead.
12-0 run for Robert Morris right now, going back to the first half.
Feed inside, it's Reynolds. Trying to back down Ozzy-Momodu. So hand off, Augustin. Taking up the screen from Ozzy, pulling up from long, 2 land. It's up and in, and the Colonials back up a dozen. Ratcheting up the backcourt defense, but the Colonials break the midcourt stripe easily. Canning a 3-pointer.
Picked up the foul.
Far corner, Patterson puts up a 3, and that'll net in good. Not much arc to it, but she cans it nonetheless, cutting the Colonials' lead down to a dozen.
And that's just her second field goal. She has 5, well off her average of 17.
Strong left hand as she went down the left side of Broadway. Ozzy around Berube. Ball comes in, Ozzy-Momodu gathers it in. 2 seconds, 1 second. Ozzy-Momodu gets it off and cans the 3. What hustle by Nneka Ozzy-Momodu to get it off to Ozzy-Momodu, who puts up the 3 far corner. They're going to take a look at this one. But from my vantage point, it looked like Ike-Matsu got that ball out of her hands prior to that backboard turning red.
I think we might be good on this one. I'm with you, Adam. Ooh, that's close.
2-1. It's a tough call.
That's real close.
Now you have to remember they called it on the floor that it was a made basket. And I talked about the backboard turning red. It didn't in that circumstance, and it looked like as the clock tipped from 0 down to 1, the ball was still out of the hands of Hanuka Ike-Matsu.
Well, good or not, let's go back to the wherewithal of Nneka Ezigbo after that ball is thrown over her head, able to run it down, get her dribble, and then find an open player. And it looks like that ball's out with still 1 on the clock. So unless the referees see something that we don't, that's going to be a good three-pointer from the corner. And you know, as much momentum as Robert Morris had before, that's just going to add to it. Great, great play by Ezigbo.
Augustin pushes up for Villafort. Villafort, backside goes Adams and lays it up and in. Great bounce pass by Villafort, and Adams finishes it up.
Yeah, once that press was broken, that was easy 3-on-1, and good spacing by Robert Morris.
Jump shot by Lydon, up and over Forker.
Well, you mentioned a big disparity in rebounding, but even larger disparity in points in the paint as Robert Morris has made 36.
But not of much consequence. Shot clock down to 4 as Nneka Ezigbo feigns left, goes right, goes baseline, off the square and in.
Nneka Ezigbo 15 points now to lead Robert Morris. Ike-Matsu also with 14. They're the
4 out of the last 5 Northeast Conference games, Robert Morris has held their opponent under 50 points.